So Cam Ward obviously having a phenomenal season. What do you think's gone into that? I mean, he's thrown, I think, 141 passes, interception, 13 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Had one of the best games of the year against Oregon State.
No question.
What is he's just kind of taken off? What's gone into that?
I don't think he's taken off. I thought he was a really good quarterback last year, so I've got a tremendous amount of respect for him. I think he should be in the conversation with the top quarterbacks in the country. He's athletic, he's sharp, he throws a extremely accurate ball. I think he's got great ball location, repetitive accuracy. Seems like he's doing a great job decision making this year. He can obviously beat you with his legs. He's right up here with the top quarterbacks in the country.
How about Ben Arbuckle? I mean, their whole offense has really been phenomenal so far. What's been his imprint?
They've done a really nice job of kind of playing to Cam's strengths, because I think Cam can beat you both with his legs and with his arm. He keeps a lot of plays alive. They spread you out. They make you cover one-on-one and put you on islands at times. It's tough sometimes for Rush to get home because Cam can keep plays alive. He makes the off-schedule plays along with the on-schedule plays. So the whole operation is pretty good. Their performance against a really good defense in Oregon State 2 weeks ago, because they had last week off just like we did, but was very impressive.
How do you feel like your defense matches up, especially in the secondary?
We'll see on Saturday. I'm not a prediction guy, so we don't look at it that way. We have to have a really good week of preparation against a really good football team.
Is 4 games, 4 games of film for their new offense? Is that enough? Do you still watch some stuff from last year?
I'd like to have a lot more, but we don't. So it is what it is. We don't ever we look at all of it. We looked at every game last year. We looked both offensively, defensively, and special teams, and we looked at every game, since Jake's taken over the program. So, but 4 games is what you have to work with this year. It is what it is. So we don't look at it like I wish I had more games. So
let me rephrase my question. What does the defense need to do, especially in the secondary, to have a really good Saturday?
Don't allow him to complete a pass. That would be a really good start. Don't allow him to complete one pass. That would be a really good start.
It would be.
What have you seen out of Jalen Davies this year at corner?
Just consistency. I think he's in year 2 with us. He always seems to be around the ball. He seems to, I think in our big plays in the secondary in the last 2 years, he's been a part of almost all of them. He's around fumble recoveries. He's around interceptions. He gets hands on balls. But I think this year, in him taking another step in his game, I think there's a lot more consistency to him. He's really dialed in. It's that growth. And there's a lot of those guys that are in year 2 here. Latu's in year 2, the Murphy's in year 2, Darius is in year 2, Jalen's in year 2, Gary Smith is in year 2. Those kids that came in through the transfer portal really, I think in that second year, are making a huge impact because of the gains that they made from year 1 to year 2.
His ball awareness seems like one of his major strengths. Is that something that you can you kind of have innately, or do you have to?
He has it innately, and I think he can continue to develop it. But he has I think he has a really good understanding of football. So he's obviously comes from a great high school program. But he really understands the game and intuitively knows kind of, if they're split this way, these are the type of routes they run. If they're split that way, these are the type of routes they run. So he's got a pretty good feel of the route tree that the receiver's going to run in front of him. But it's his knowledge like that. I think his knowledge of football is really high. He's got a really high football IQ.
How has Dante bounced back from what was kind of a rough week the other
Dante's been great. Dante's the same person every day. That's one thing you love about him. His consistency in terms of his work ethic, film study, meetings, training is I don't think he's governed by outside influences. He's got an intrinsic drive that he wants to be better on a daily basis and continues to strive to be like that. So he's been great.
How about the offensive line? Same question for them.
Same group. This group practices really well. This team practices really well.
What have you seen out of Washington State's defense?
Aggressive, attacking. They run a 4-2-5. Jake was the defensive coordinator before he took over as the head coach. His imprints are all over it. They have a new defensive coordinator in this year. He used to be at Boise, was at Auburn before that, so he has some influence a little bit on it. But it's still, what Jake does. They're attacking. They get an extensive third down package where they blitz you from a lot of different looks. A lot of up looks. They're aggressive in the secondary. They're aggressive in their coverages. So they've done a really nice job, and they can cause a lot of problems for you because of how they attack offensive schemes.
Wanted to ask you about the collective men of Westwood. How has that benefited your program?
They've done a great job. You know, it's the one collective we have here at the school, and they've done a great job from you know, gathering whoever it is to help support our football program.
In what way? Can you give me any?
I don't have the specific number, so I couldn't give you specifically.
How important is it? Is it just to
I think
have
it's cool.
something like that?
I've said it before. You look at the top 25 teams in the country, and I would say you're going to get the top 25 collective. So it's a money game now in college football. So who's ever paying the most is getting the most. So
But do you feel like you're in a good spot with that?
I don't know what the other schools have, but I think you can do your research on that if you'd like.
Okay. But as far as what you have at UCLA, I mean,
I don't have the numbers for the
Okay.
other people, so I can't compare it to other people. I coach football, so I don't run collectives.
well,
so the colleges,
the job description's expanded these days.
but no, it doesn't, because college coaches aren't allowed to be involved with collectives. So that's an NCAA rule. So if a college coach is involved with a collective, then that's wrong. So.
Kickoffs, you made a switch this year with Glessner taking them instead of RJ Lopez. What have you seen through the first 4 games?
I think Blake's done a great job, except for the opening kick of the year where he kicked it out of bounds. Besides that, I think we've had great location, great depth. I'm not sure, but his numbers of touchback is pretty high right now. But I think Blake's doing a really good job.
Any updates on Ale or Titus?
They're both unavailable today.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.